Welcome back. We're going to continue on with 8.1 day 2, which is graphing in Vertex form. Before we learn how to graph and in Vertex form, let's go ahead and just quickly review what we learned yesterday or in the last video. First off, we learned how to graph in standard form. Remember that's ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is the number from the x squared, which is 1, b would be 4, and c would be 3. Now to find the vertex, remember this was that formula, x equals the opposite of b over 2a. And then if there are any numbers right there, the opposite of b would be negative 4 over 2 times positive 1. Put that in your calculator and we would get negative 2. I'm going to go 2 smaller and 2 bigger. Now, to get the rest of the y values, we're just going to substitute negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, and 0 into my original function. Or you can go ahead and graph it into your calculator and get the y values. I'm just going to go ahead and give you those y values. It's 3, 0, negative 1. Where this middle value will be my vertex. 0, 3. All right, let's go ahead and plot those points. I have negative 4 up 3. Negative 3, 0, negative 2, negative 1, negative 1, 0, 0, 3. Right? Connect by points. Remember, it's a U-shaped graph, which is called a parabola, not a V, because that comes later. All right, from here, we know it opens up because my A is positive, because my A was positive 1. My vertex here will be negative 2, negative 1. So remember, my axis of symmetry is the vertical line that cuts my parabola directly in half. Since it's a vertical line, it's going to be x equals, and it cuts it at x equals negative 2. Notice these values, like I said, are always the same. The y-intercept is the point on the y-axis, which is 0, 3. And let's see if I have any x-intercepts. Yep, I have 2. I have one right here. That's negative 3, 0, and this one right here is negative 1, 0. Now, if you notice, what we're going to learn how to do today is graphing vertex form. Notice that the equations look different. This equation has parentheses, this equation doesn't. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the same x values. Don't worry, I will tell you how to get those in a minute. But I'm just going to provide those right now. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and substitute those values into that x and get all my y values. I'm going to, again, go ahead and do that for you. So it's 3, 0, negative 1, 0, 3. And how I got those is I took all those x values and substituted them into my equation. All right, let's go ahead and plot these points. So again, we have negative 4, 3, negative 3, 0, negative 2, negative 1, negative 1, 0, and 0, 3. Connect your points with the U, not a V. And my parabola opens up. I do have my vertex. My vertex is this, negative 2, negative 1. It is the lowest point. Once I know my vertex, I always know my axis of symmetry. It's a vertical line. It's always x equals. And it's always this first value, the x value, so negative 2. I do have a y-intercept right here, 0, 3. And I think I have 2 x-intercepts. Yep, negative 3, 0, and negative 1, 0. Well, you should be recognizing we just write down the exact same information. Why are these graphs the same? They have everything exactly the same. Vertex, and x and y intercepts are the same. They're the same. But if you notice, do the equations even look the same? No, here's my equation for the first graph, and this is my equation for the second one. They look totally different. They look different because they are written in different forms. First off, I just want to quickly see if anyone notices. My vertex, we said, was, oops, sorry, my vertex was -2, -1. Do you happen to see these numbers in this equation? Well, this would be the opposite sign, right? It's the same. Just keep that in mind. We're going to be using that on the back side. Okay? All right, let's flip it over. When an equation is written in vertex form, what's really nice is you can actually see the vertex from just the equation. So we don't have to calculate the vertex anymore with x equals the opposite of b over 2a. If the equation is in standard form, then we have to calculate the vertex. But if it's in vertex form, right here, this h, this is the opposite sign, and this k is the same sign. It's called the vertex. Okay? H, let me erase that the other way. H, remember, is the opposite sign. K is the same, so we're not changing this. And again, this number in front of the parentheses, positive, it's going to open up. If it's negative, it's going to open down. All right, so let's do some practice. Let's look at equation number 1. You notice it has the parentheses, so you know it's going to be in vertex form. Vertex comes from these two numbers. However, if it's inside the parentheses, it's opposite. So since it's -5 inside the parentheses, it's +5. And since it's +2, it's the same sign. My vertex is 5 too. You don't have to calculate it. And once we have the vertex, we can fill out the rest of the table if we were graphing it. And since there's negative space outside those parentheses, my tablet is going to open down, the upside down. All right, we have a 2. Again, you see the parentheses in the equation, so you know it's in vertex 1. The number inside the parenthesis and the number right outside the, outside the parenthesis determine the vertex. Inside is opposite, so it's not going to be 2, it's going to be -2. And same sign, the 3, because it's the same sign for outside the parentheses. And since there's a positive 8, it's going to open up. All right, let's do one more, and I'll have you do one on your own. So again, look at number 3. You see the parentheses, so you know it's written. When it's in vertex form, you know you can see the vertex just from the parentheses. My vertex here are going to be these two numbers. But since 1 is inside the parentheses, it's going to be -1. And since 9 is outside, we keep the sign as negative. My vertex is -1, -9. And since there's a +4 outside the parentheses, it is going to open up. All right, please go ahead and pause the video and complete number 4. All right, let's see if you got the correct answer. So my vertex would be +4 because it's the opposite side. +1 because it's the same sign. And it's going to open down because of that -2. All right, let's go ahead and back. So again, we should always look at the form. Look at number 5. You can tell that it's written in vertex form. So it's written in vertex form. I automatically know my vertex. My vertex has to do with the number inside and the number that's outside. Since 2 is inside, it's a negative. And we keep the positive the 1. I know my middle one, which is my vertex. If I know my vertex, I already know my axis of symmetry. But it's always x equals that x coordinate right here. So it's -2. All right, let's go ahead and let's get up to time. Because that -2 on the outside. And here I'm going to go 2 smaller, bigger, You either can substitute all the values in place of this x right here, or same thing, go to your graphing calculator, put it into y1, and you get the table from there. I'm going to go ahead and show you to do that. So you're going to click y equals. If there's anything in there, please go ahead and clear that out. And let's type in my equation. 2 parentheses x plus 2 parentheses squared plus 2. Go ahead and click that graph button. This is the graph that's you're graphing. And then look, we knew the parabola was negative, vertex was negative 2, 2. So we already knew that. And again, if I go second graph, I get to my table. And I need to get to negative 4, so I have negative 410. So you're going to fill in all these values. So 410, I need the 2, 410. 410, I need the 2, 4. All right, let's go ahead and plot these points. I have negative 4, 4, negative 3, 10, oops, it is not going. I don't know why my pen is not cooperating with me today. Right. What? I actually copied down those values wrong. It's actually supposed to be 10, 4. That's why my graph wasn't looking right. Alright, there we go. That should work. So I have negative 4 up 10, negative 3, 4, negative 2 up 2, negative 1, 4, and 0. Connect the points with the U's. Alright, now I do have a y intercept. I have 1 point on the y-axis of 0, 10. But if you put it, not even touch or cross the x-axis, we do not have any x-intercept. We're going to go ahead and skip number 6, and we're going to move on to number 7. So again, let's look at number 7. You see the parentheses, you know it's in vertex 1. So when it's in vertex 1, you know you can see a vertex. Since 1 is on the inside, it's going to be negative 1. Negative 1 stays the same on the outside. And it's actually open. Put any number here so you know it's positive 1. So here I'm going to put negative 1, negative 1. I'm going to go 2 smaller, negative 2, negative 3. 2 bigger, 0, 1. All right, let's go ahead and put those y values. Clear that value out. I'll type in parentheses x plus 1, x plus 1, parentheses squared, minus 1. And again, I knew my vertex was already negative 1, negative 1. We already knew that, and that's what my x is supposed to look like. So then let's press second after the 20 table. I need negative 3, 0, negative 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, 3. So I'm going to have fill in my points 3, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, 3. All right, let's connect them. So plot those points. Negative 3 up 3, negative 2, 0, negative 1, negative 1, 0, 0, and 1, comma 3. And it's going to come up. We already knew that. Again, my axis is symmetry. You don't have to graph this, but it's the vertical line that cuts my graph roughly in half. And since it's a vertical line, it's always half equals, and it's going to x equals negative 1. Just remember, it is always the x squared. Now, if you notice, I have 1 point on the y-axis, and it's 0, 0. If you notice, it is 0, on the x. Here is 0 times x. That's all in a set. And notice I have one other point. I have negative 2 comma 0. My other x-intercept. Anytime you plot 0, 0, that's going to count both the x-intercept and the y-intercept. All right, please go ahead and pause the video to complete number 8. All right, so let's see if you got the question correct. If you got it correctly, it's going to open down because that negative 2 is down. My vertex is positive 1, negative 1, because negative 1 turns positive because it's inside the parentheses. My axis of symmetry is x equals 1. I have 1 point on the y-axis, so that's 0, comma, negative 3. And since that doesn't cross my x-axis at all, I have none. Alright, please go ahead and get pause the video and complete number 9 and put down further. Alright, so number 9 is going to open down because that negative is front of that parentheses. My vertex will be negative 1, 3. My axis of symmetry is x equals negative 1. And my y-intercept will end up being 0, 2. Now the question is, do I have any x-intercept? Does my graph cross the x-axis? Yes. Here and right here. I didn't have you label them because they are not nice ordered here. They're not nice integer answers. So normally I'll have to estimate them, but I didn't have to do that for the day. So let's go ahead and stop the video and complete your homework.